Hi, I'm Rob. This is Gems of War. Now I'm going to do this week's event, which is Festival of Stars, and show the team I'll be using for that. But just quickly, I'll get this week's new troop, which is this Wish Upon a Star one here, Lady Estelle. Let's go to Mythic. These are always handy to get extra trait stones from. It's a nice cheap way of getting arcane trait stones that you need when you get these troops that come out. But I'll just grab her. I shall upgrade her later. Now for the event, Festival of Stars. Right, what I would recommend on this, if you have the resources and the gems, is to get the first 3 levels from the shop, because you get extra things which are handy for the event, and you also evolve the weapon, the medal to the first level as well, which is you get to evolve the badges like that. I'll get the 3rd level as well. So I like to do quite a few of these events, so I find them interesting. And we get to evolve it further, look, so there we go. Into a badge of songs. So that is as far as I'll go on that, and now we'll have a fight. I'll always do the hardest one in order, so we get the mythic level 1 first, and then if they're not available we'll do the legendary ones. It's experimental in a way for this, what I've gone for. I've gone for 2 Tinseltails. I like Tinseltail, it's underrated. Gives all allies 4 magic, with a 50% chance for each of the following: deal damage to all enemies, explode random gems, or give all allies life. All very handy. All 3 of them can happen at once, which is pretty handy. And as well as that, the traits are pretty good. Immunity to mana burn, mana drain, and mana steal. And 3rd one, fairy fire a random enemy when matching green gems. So got 2 of them, so that's handy. And it works really well with Venalis, our mythic, who gives attack to the first 2 allies and life to the 2 weakest allies, and gives 10 magic to the 2 strongest allies. So that can buff those Tinseltails up as well. As well as that, we gain extra green from him, which is nifty. And we entangle and fairy fire a random enemy when matching green, which will do a lot. Dawnbringer's there because good damage, barriers all allies, and it's just a good weapon to have if you got it. If not, then just put in one of your favourite weapons in that 4th place. Now, what did I go for on banners? I went for the Maze banner. I know we're losing the purple from Venalis, but it shouldn't matter because he's not the essential caster in the team. But we gain +2 green and +2 red, which is going to get those Tinseltails charged up really quickly. And class-wise, there is probably a different class you can use to this other than Monk. Only reason I chose Monk is because I don't have it on 100 yet. And I should really stick that medal on. There it is. Right, now let's see how this goes. This is my 2nd video today. I've already done one of reviewing what's in the Soul Forge, so if you haven't seen that yet, go check that out, because this video will overlap that one in the recommendations page. So we'll cast that on him, even though there's no real need to, because these early level troops are going to be super easy, but it's nice when Tinseltail does the damage like that. We'll keep on doing these mythic level 1s while we can. Hopefully they'll increase in damage level quite quickly. So we're looking for red and green ordinarily. We'll get this one because you get extra. With Tinseltail is random with its spell, but it does a regular amount of those 50%. It does seem quite fair. We'll cast Dawnbringer now because that's going to do damage to all enemies. The cool thing about getting those benefits as well on the gems is you get the Potion of Enchantment, so everybody gets charged up nice and quickly, and it makes just short work. with this event. Oh, I should have cast Dawnbringer there really. I didn't notice that was about to be charged. We'll do that just to end the level. Potion of Explosion there. Sometimes it goes against you. Sometimes you start the level and you see like a really handy start and you get the explosion and it actually ruins it, but that's the luck of the draw. Potion activated. Yeah, he tends to Tinseltail done the damage there, which was really good. Wiped everybody out really quickly. And the good thing is with Vanalus and Tinseltail combined is it gives all allies 4 magic, and Vanalus gives magic too. So when they give it to each other, it just makes each other's spell more powerful and more powerful all the time. I'm going to let them have that Skull hit because I want to get Tinseltail charged. I'm not going to bother casting that because we don't need it. We'd rather have the mana charged. May as well take them out. Dawnbringer does some stuff. And the second Tinseltail finishes off. Pretty easy team. Vanalus isn't really necessary to make it work. It's just helpful in my case. Any other Bright Forest troop will sit in there quite nicely if you don't have Vanalus. We'll do that because that guarantees Dawnbringer's charged. None of our normal colours are there. So yeah, we'll take purple.
Mana surge. Mana surge.
And we've got the damage, which is good. Now finish them off. But we didn't, because I pressed the wrong button. So I'm an idiot. There we go. It's easy to forget that Tinseltail doesn't always do damage. But sometimes it does all 3 things at once, which is really cool. When he does the damage, explodes the gems, and gives allies a load of life, it's really, really handy. And it works in a few teams as well. I've used it before in other teams in defences as well, and it's been oddly successful. Maybe because of its slightly random nature, people underestimate it slightly, maybe. I don't know. Fountain of Stars. I'll be unlocking this soon because I have the first paid pass, whatever it's called. Quite interested to see the Fountain of Stars because it does sound like it could be pretty nifty to me. There we go, we've got damage again, that's good. Nice quick game. Just going to go and grab that campaign completion thing quickly. Because I don't like these things dragging on any longer than necessary, the tasks. I find them slightly irritating. So I've only got to beat that once. It's come a little bit too late, but I'll re-roll that just because I want to. Because it normally always changes to kill enemies of a certain colour, which you do automatically during the game anyway. And I don't know how long it's going to be before I come across that Fountain of Stars again. So for that reason, I done the re-roll. May well have completed the next task by the time that comes round again. I don't know. But the good thing about doing the re-rolls is it allows you to do all the tasks in one day, which is nice. A lot of the times you might have the adventurer task come up, which is where you have to do all the tasks on the adventure board in one go, which is easy enough, but normally it's 2 times or 3 times you have to do that, so it's a minimum of 2 or 3 days. I like to get them out of the way in one day, because I find them mildly irritating, I have to say. Explosion there. I'll just grab this guaranteed red. Lots of damage there from Tinsel Face. See if it does damage. Not today. Second chance. That was a skull there that I missed. That's where you get stuck in your ways sometimes of just doing autopilot responses to certain situations. You should always have a look. Always have a look. See if we get a lucky skull hit. Not quite. Come on, Tinseltail, do some damage. There you go. Yeah, it's a pretty straightforward team. It's probably better teams out there, but did seem fairly restricted on decent troops that dealt damage. And this is doing a okay job overall, I would say. I wouldn't say this synergizes particularly brilliant. You know how well the team works together by how often you end up casting certain troops. Like I'm noticing in this one, I'm not actually casting Vernalis hardly at all, which may mean he's vaguely wasted in this side. Like even when he's available to cast now, there's no real benefit to casting him because we don't need it right now. But I'm wondering if it'll actually be later on, when the opponents get tougher, whether that's when he comes into his own or not. Time will tell. Nah. Quite often if you've got a team where you're finding you've got 3 troops which are doing the majority of the work and you're hardly ever casting the 4th one, like I am there with Vernalis, he's hardly ever getting used. Quite often it's worth swapping them out for someone that's got a really good trait, you know, like stun on a 4 match or exploder gem on a 4 match, anything like that. Freeze someone on a 4 match, just stick him in there because you benefit from that trait really well. Like he's actually good because I'm getting the bonus green and we're getting to entangle and fairy fire a random enemy when matching green gems, which is actually quite good because we match green a lot. So even though we're not casting his spell very often, we are actually getting some benefit from his traits. Some troops I actually put in teams just for the traits, like Queen Beatrix. I should in some teams just because of that amazing 3rd trait she has of cleanse all allies when matching 4 gems or more. It's so useful, it's just crazy. Same as Possessed King. He fits into many teams just because of his 3rd trait, which explodes to yellow gems, I think it is, on a 4 match. Just so beneficial to charging up mana quicker. It's not always all about the spell. Right, enemies should start getting a little bit tougher soon. handy. Pardon me. Go Tinseltail. Don't go Tinseltail. Go Dawnbringer. Yeah, I'm happy enough with this team. There's probably better ones out there, but it'll do. Old Man Oakroot. Oh, got the Slayer task completed again. I'll just snip back and grab that. For the same reasons, I don't want to make these tasks last any longer than they necessarily have to. And I really can't be bothered with all this swapping of banners and junk like that. It's just a waste of my time. I'd rather re-roll it, and you nearly always get the kill enemies of a certain colour. Now we've doubled up on green, so that's going to happen nice and fast. Excellent. There's the Fountain of Stars one, so that would have been a little bit quicker to wait for that, but not being psychic doesn't really matter. It's not going to affect it time-wise too much. Might start casting Vanalus about now, so he is worth having in a team if you have him, because giving that 10 extra magic means good things for the rest of our team. Let's cast him first. And Dawnbringer, and then hopefully Tinseltail does some damage, which it did. And that is good night to their team. Fey Lanterns. Yeah, I'll take the skull damage this time, I think. Entangled. Get everybody charged up nice and quickly. Brown, I think it's the only colour don't use, so when it flashes brown like that as the recommended or suggested move, then you know to stop looking around to see if there really is none of your colour matches anywhere, because there isn't. This game always gives you a move which is of your colours. One's a bit slow going. That's good. Nice damage there. That's better. Festival of Stars. Rather get that than do a tiny bit of skull damage, because that wipes everybody out. Should do it. Oh, not quite. There we go. Not hanging around too much on this one, otherwise the video will be way too long. The team kind of speaks for itself. The slight randomness of Tinseltail's spell means it will vary in length and quickness of battle. yeah, it's like some percentage chances of this game, and I've done a little video about this, which I'll probably upload in the next couple of days, do seem a little bit debatable, shall we say. Like I had an issue with, not an issue, that's the wrong word, with High King Iron Gut and his Devour. I'm not going to say what happened, I'll leave it to the next video, but it was absolutely bizarre, and I've never known anything like it in this game. But I'll upload that in the next few days probably. Yeah, but with Tinseltail, that 50% chance of those 3 different things happening does seem to be about right. So that's good on that. You see that red there? Well, done Tinseltail there for doing nothing on that last move, I don't think. Let's take them out of it. That's nice. Finish him. Ho, 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 ho. Right, I'll just do a couple more. I think it's clear how this team works. So the explosion, potion of explosion actually goes against you sometimes. When I really liked that start with those skull hits. Begone, foul spawn. Oh, I think I missed that skull hit then. Or made it drop for him, one or the other. I like to play these games, these matches quite quickly. Don't spend ages looking around the board for the best possible move or things like that. It's just whatever instinctively you see and comes to mind, nice and quick. That's handy. The cool thing about Tinseltail is when it explodes the gems as well, it gives itself quite a lot of its mana back as well, so if you get fortunate with it, everything can happen pretty quickly with Tinseltail. See if we get lucky with this potion. Yeah, not bad. And I'll just do one more to wrap it up. Yeah, but that's the video. If you liked it or found it useful, remember to hit that like and subscribe button, because it really does help. I do lots of Gems of War videos on different subjects and different teams, things like that. So hopefully helpful to newer players as well as the more experienced ones who are just looking for something maybe a bit different sometimes. I like to try and make teams that everyone else doesn't do, if you know what I mean. I don't tend to look online for teams and ideas, things like that. I like to come up with my own ideas and teams, which often means they're slightly unusual, but most of the time they work pretty well. So hit the subscribe button if that sort of thing would be useful to you. But most of all, thanks for watching. I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.